Guess who is just a few minutes late again? Just guess. Just try to guess. Make myself a little bit more comfortable here. Wow. Third stream of Arknights. Pretty much halfway into the fourth game. I think. Yeah. We are halfway there. Soon. I get things like what? 1, 2. Counting today, 3 more days of streaming, I guess. Worst case scenario, I will have to do a long stream. I don't think that's going to be necessary. I think the rhythm that we're going is going to be a little bit tight, but overall pretty doable. Let me get my fan. It's really fucking hot in my room right now. Oh, it's so hot. I hate summer. You probably already heard me say that before. But in case you haven't, I will say again, I hate summer. It's the worst season of the year, is evil. I just hate it. I simply just hate it. Alright, enough stalling. Every page of the old diary records the name of a participant. When the last story is told, the last page is turned, and the last candle is blown out. Yaku Monogatari 84. Before. Let's go! Alright. Mifune-san. How are you doing with that task I gave you? Our Diet member has finally approved the separation of the Kinseki group from the Kinseki Kai. As long as you now accept the role of chairman, the Kinseki group, oh my god, good start. The Kinseki group and the Kinseki Kai can go their separate ways. Then why don't we hold the succession ceremony during tomorrow's fireworks festival? What do you think? Yasai's views have not changed. Now he even has Hoshiguma on his side. Is one day really enough time for us to... Yes. I saw your brown twitch. I know what you're thinking. I know you don't joke about things like this. Yet you still don't believe me. Basically, you think that shouldn't have forced you to forge a letter in the old man's name. And that's calling Hoshiguma back here did nothing but cause trouble for everyone. Is that it? Honestly, I think the same too. I am with me on this one. I still don't really understand why you called Hoshiguma here. "20 years ago, Hoshiguma, and that shield of hers, spilled quite a bit of blood. After all, it was the last thing the old man forged. Mio, have you ever been to his home?" "Yes, many years ago." "What is his house full of?" "Televisions, That's right. Televisions. The old man might be sternborn, but his instincts are still sharp. Some of the time. He knew that if the Kinsekikai continued their unending torrent of bloodshed, we were bound to be destroyed sooner or later. So he set his sights on Originium crystalline components. He quickly converted his metalworking shop into a workshop for crystalline components, and it was an instant success. After that, the old man no longer had time to forge the legendary weapons he loved the most. Just as his crystal business was really taking off, the old man suddenly acquired the materials and techniques to forge shields from a fallen noble house of the Mitsumoto faction. They say that he spent nearly half of the group's liquid assets to acquire them. Wait, so he called Hoshiguma here because of the shield? Actually, just keep reading. That shield. The last shield the old man ever forged. The shield he had spent so many assets to acquire. Do you ever think it might have had some special significance to the Kinsekikai? The transition to a new leader. Even you knew that. But the old man just let the matter sit there. He kept putting it off and putting it off, all the way until the Sword and Court was about to hold the first meeting of his diet. You young ones grew up with the diet, but back in my day, no one even knew what it was. Oh, okay. Alright, now everything makes much more sense. Because it was really weird calling Hoshiguma all the way here, right? Which essentially just put an extra obstacle to their plans. But no. If it's the shield, then it makes much more sense. But what about the swords, though? Because, okay, if the shield is symbolizes the transition to a new leader, then what is the rusty dagger is to them? Is it also another object that symbolizes the transition to a new leader, or there's something else to it? Because whatever it is, it's incredibly important, right? For them to go through all this trouble to try to find Momoka and execute her. We thought the Diet was going to revamp the bureaucracy as soon as they took office, but it took them a few years to get around to it. Back then, all we have heard was that the members of the Diet were to be chosen from among the commoners. The entire Sword and Court was in an uproar, and then that poor fool, Koruto, emerged. The candidate? Yes, he had a whole heap of political views, but his core aim was to drive us, the Kinsekikai, out of Kajimachi. He rose a bunch of useless rabble and had them shouting and yelling outside Kajimachi all day and night. It made it impossible for us to do business. The old man, no, not just him. The whole Kinsekikai didn't take Korito seriously at first, but every day he recruited more and more troublemakers. So, you decided to get rid of him? Yes. And you know the rest of the story, of course. After Korito died, the Kinsekikai learned what real public fury looks like. That was also when I learned that to the 4 great clans, the members of the Diet are nothing but stage props. But to us, they are people who can decide our fate with a single word. With all due respect, but could you just come out and say it? If Chairman Tessai refuses to yield, you need Hanya at the succession ceremony. I say, sometimes you really do sound just like her. Of course, Tessai lording it over me is one thing. Hearing it from someone as steadfast and frank as you is another thing entirely. In truth, once the Kinseki group splits from the Kinseki Kai, I obviously can't stay on as a chairman. Is there anyone else besides you who can take my place? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I understand. There's the Kinseki Kai and the Kinseki group. The Kinseki Kai is the older group who's being led by the old man. And the Kinseki group is the whole capital venture, let's put it like that Mifune started. So essentially he just wants to separate from the old group, the Kinseki Kai, and act as independent. But probably can't do that because of some tradition relating to the customs of the Yakuza. So he's going to pass that position as chairman to Mio. Supposedly. I mean, honestly, the only thing causing this whole problem here is the bureaucracy. Actually, not even going to call it bureaucracy, because the whole sword thing is more like it's symbolic, right? It's simply symbolic. Because realistically, he wouldn't really need to go through this whole ordeal, but because of the customs, he's going through all this trouble. Today I step into politics and build a power base of my own. You and your Kinseki Kai won't be forgotten. Okay, wait. Oh, okay, he's not going right. Not because of some weird custom. It's just because he's going to a higher position as a politician. Okay, all right. Sorry. I got a little lost along the way. Mifune bursts out laughing to himself. The woman before him remains expressionless. It is a habitual impassivity, incredulity, in mere indifference to Mifune's grand vision. There's no way to tell. For now, Momoka is still our top priority. She knows too much, and she's in cahoots with that information broker. She even leapt out a window just to keep Sanoguchi's broken blade on her. Don't you understand what that means? Mifune-san. You were too kind-hearted to kill her, and you were willing to admit that to me. That's good. I can promise you this much. We can reconsider our plan to infect her with Aripati. First, however, you must bring her to me. That broken blade she's carrying. We must recover its guard, no matter the cost. Secondly, there is no way she can continue her career as an entertainer. From now on, she will have to remain firmly under our control. Are you okay with that? You are most magnanimous. No. When you bring her here, she should be the one thanking you. We still cannot let them get Momokado. Also, that broken sword is really, really important. Maybe it could be an evidence related to something, perhaps? Who knows? The sun slowly climbs overhead. Although no other visitors are present, the garden no longer seems so empty and quiet, with 4 humans and a kami walking through it. Pixiv begins thrusting forwards anything and everything she has that a woman could conceivably scrawl a signature on. Startled by the sudden barrage, Momoka keeps her autographing hands moving without pause. On the other side of the courtyard, the Kannushi cradles the kami, who only moments ago was darting about. The kami speaks to Hoshiguma. You must understand, the kami was the one who wanted to play games with you. As a Kannushi, I could only stand and watch. I couldn't interfere. Please forgive me, Hoshiguma-san. Look at this silly little thing. Well, you sure were happy to watch, weren't you? Was I? I think so. Wholeheartedly serving the kami is bound to lift one's mood. I imagine you felt it too just now, Hoshiguma-san, and you, Momoka-san. I am more interested in why it broke into my house in the middle of the night. What do you mean? You talk like I'm some kind of dangerous fiend. Wouldn't you think it was strange if someone was cleaning out the junk from a cursed house and then went to sleep and said haunted house? Just because it's a haunted house? There are so many killers in Mitsukue, and Kajimachi is hardly a peaceful place. So why did you have to go snooping around my home in particular? Because of the Kaiden stories? Are you or are you not involved with those Kaiden stories? Tell me. Simply appearing at the same time that a few strange events occur and being the one who spawned the haunted house in the Kaiden stories are 2 different things, alright? If I could spawn Kaiden stories all by myself, what would I be doing riding a unicycle all over the place? Nice arguments. I can't really argue about that one. So, basically we're just tagging along for fun, but people mistook you for the Kaiden from the legend. Not bad. You're pretty sharp. I'm telling you, being a kami is a job that depends entirely on the winds of fate. This skill in a jinja is about bringing people together. Most of you spend your whole lives dealing with other people, and there's probably nothing more important than the bonds you form, don't you think? When times are stable, people pray for their existing bonds to last. When times are turbulent, they pray for these bonds to carry them through, or for new ones to form. But over the past decade or so, fewer and fewer people have come here. These days, on our best days, you only get a dozen or so visitors. Is this true, Kanushi-sama? It's exaggerating a bit, but we indeed have been getting far fewer visitors the past few years. Some kami are lazy. The fewer visitors they get, the happier they are. I don't like that. If it's always this low, I'm going to die of boredom, you know? Oh, this silly little thing doesn't... It's not only just looks silly, it is also quite sassy, isn't it? Let me drink some water. Also, what exactly is this thing, by the way? Is it somewhat related to those immortal creatures? You know, like likes of Dolly or the Emperor? Would imagine it's so, right? Very likely. Probably. Maybe. It looks so fucking goofy. Look at this. Wait. What is this thing on his side? What is that? A radio or something? I mean, it could be. Oh. Speaking of lazy. What? There's a lazy one right at your feet. Hoshiguma looks down at her feet, but there is nothing there. Only the stone floor of the shrine. Hey, show yourself. You're the shrine's star now. Oh, okay. Wait, this whole time, I was under the impression that the silly unicycle, silly looking thing was the kami of the shrine. Wait, if he's not the kami of the shrine, then he's the kami of what? Does he even have a shrine, or he just keeps riding around? Slacker kami. Hoshiguma reaches down to feel around her feet. The priest can see that Hoshiguma's hand is touching the center of the kami's body. Yet Hoshiguma doesn't even realize that she's touched anything at all. Here's the reason our shrine is known for forging bonds. Whenever he feels someone has been having good luck in love or relationships, it will show itself. But if it thinks you haven't had much luck with relationships lately, or that you are about to have a run of terrible luck, it will flat out refuse to show itself. Oh, I hope it's not the latter. I hope the latter is not the reason why it's not showing to Hoshiguma, because if so, then things are going to get horrible then. Very, very soon. I have said all of that, and yet it still doesn't want to appear before you. It sounds like you're in for some bad luck. Oh. Oh, how wonderful. Your actions will determine your future. You don't have to take its words at face value, Hoshiguma-san. I hear you speaking against your own kami. Basically, when people get bored, they tend to pursue random aims. Kami are no different. Right after you disappeared, the Kaidan tales started to spread through Mitsukue. There's nothing wrong with chasing a few Kaidan to pass the time, is there? Why the silent treatment? Do you fear your imminent misfortune? Not really. I just didn't expect that a kami would chase after something so fleeting and unreal. Why, you little... Ouch, Hoshiguma. Regardless, you're not the kami Moriuchi is looking for. Of course not. But might I trouble you to come travel with us? Talk is cheap. If you could just chat with him the way you're chatting with me and Momoka for a bit. Kanunshi-sama, help! This only wants to steal away your beloved Kami. These past few years, Moriuchi has given me many gifts, including a never-ending supply of Oden. Forget it. I am a softie after all. I'll go with you. Oh, Shigoma, have you finished your chat with the priest? We are almost finished. Where's Kichise? She left already. She had to go back and mind the store. Is this girl coming with us? Yes, Momoka is coming too. She knows all the Kaidam stories. That should be enough to convince you to tag along, yeah? I already told you I was going. I didn't need more convincing, so why does it matter that she's coming with? Despite its words, the Kami still pedals its unicycle over to Momoka, sniffing to the left and speaking over to the right, looking truly intrigued. Oh, okay, alright. Little girl, I have seen so many of your TV shows. Have you been afflicted with some kind of curse? How should I know? I am actually afraid of Kaiden. I just want a quiet life without all the weird stuff. You're not the least bit curious about them? Just want to advance my entertainment career. The Kaiden stuff helped me broaden my audience, but I don't really feel that's the best way to do it. Entertainers should rely on their own talents to bring people joy. That's how it should be. There aren't too many people who still think like you do. Interesting. By the way, I wanted to ask you something. Last night some really scary stuff happened in my house. Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that. Oh, what is that supposed to do? To be that whole thing? Maybe it could be somehow related to that mysterious person that I saw last stream, the one that was hacking the transmission place. It could be, but why though? If it's not that person, and if it wasn't me either, I mean, it could be this coming. Let's see what they answer. Out of nowhere, my TV started controlling itself. It showed clips of me singing, cut together with those blaring emergency alerts. Then at the end, I have no idea why, but it played a really scary video. What was this? What was the video about? Encrypted? A bloody murder scene? None of those things. Okay, so it wasn't this Kami either. God damn it. Then who was it? It was a video of Mio-san. And soon after the video ended, she actually did show up at my place. Oh, wasn't that just your TV on the fritz? That's not the kind of Kaidam I'm looking for. It's not? You have been studying this Kaiden. Don't you think they are actually just humans messing around? You really don't get it, do you? If the ghost stories were all just human mischief, would I even be investigating them in the first place? Each of these Kaiden defy any conceivable explanation. When people can't figure out the cause of something, guys like Moriuchi just go and pin the blame on us Kami. And if even a Kami can't figure out what's going on, well, it just means there's someone or something stronger, more mysterious, and way more thrilling than me pulling the strings behind the scenes. But you're the one riding the unicycle. That doesn't matter. Don't try to change the subject. All this silly little thing. So, you mean you're also chasing Kami? You're chasing the kami above the kami? Exactly. Kichisei? You swapped terminal numbers with Kichisei? Yes, the agency doesn't usually let me interact with my fans, but she's such a big one. Hello? Kichisei? What? What? That's not true. I didn't mean it. That's not what I meant. Right. I never once said I was running. Yes. Uh-huh. You can't talk now? You think you're being followed? Okay. Well, then I will... Oh. The shrine too? Right. I will tell everyone right away. Be careful. Someone spread word that you're running away? She just said it was spreading all over the forums. It didn't seem like some random rumor, more like something Inseki channel deliberately leaked. What's up with Kichisei then? A Kinseki Kai guy was tailing her. She also said that the area around the shrine might not be safe. She saw people sneaking around when she stepped out through the shrine gate. The next time you see Kichisei, please thank her for me. You really don't need to be too worried. Whether or not the Yakuza are running around Mitsukue, even if they dare invade the shrine, they are just causing themselves trouble. If you need to take shelter within the shrine grounds, you can head inside. I will handle everything else. If you would rather leave, I will show you the way out. Take the side path. I think we'd better leave. The longer we stay here, the more men they can deploy around here to get us. Momoka, you're gonna have to ride the scooter. Okay, I have been riding all night. I think I am starting to get the hang of it. Then we'll be going. Kanuishi. Oh my god, I can't speak. Some of the Japanese names, they confuse me. Even though a lot of the pronunciation is quite similar to my mother language, Portuguese. Kanuishi-sama. I go with you. Are those Yakuza going to chase me too? Well, we will try our hardest not to attract any attention. Look at yourself, Hoshiguma. Okay, yeah. We are not going to attract any attention. It's just a giant Oni with green hair carrying a big ass shield. an idol that is being that is wanted right now. And a mysterious unicycle that is being ridden by a mysterious figure. Yeah, definitely not going to attract much attention. You're from Portugal? Brazil, actually. I am from Brazil. Then I will be the one providing cover. Also, hi. Stop calling me Kiru. Hi, online resident. How you doing? By cover, you mean? You're going to help us draw away the Yakuza, right? That's pretty much the idea. Playing those slow-witted Yakuza fools every now and then, well, not as thrilling as chasing Kaiden, but it does pass the time. Then you make a break through the front gate first to distract the dumb Yakuza goons. You all slip out to the back and will rendezvous at that moron's yatai. Before anyone even has the chance to respond, the unicycle shoots through the shrine gates like lightning, its pedals spinning so fast, they are just a blur. Stop saying ooh, online resident, fuck you. Is that a ferret? Is that what they're called? Ferret? Because so far I had no idea what the name of that animal was. And I didn't know how to Google it. Ferret. Oh, it is. It is a ferret. I think you're right. Yeah, it does look like a ferret. Huh. So that's what this thing is called. One of the first images that appear when I Google ferrets is one of them stuck on a tube of toilet paper. It looks so fucking goofy. I know my animal woo-woo. Stop saying woo-woo. It seems like that Kami really cares about you. But now's not the time for sentimentality. You two come over here. I will show you the way. This path is pretty well hidden. Yes, but that's not to say that no one will find it. Get out of here as quickly as you can. Thank you for your help and generosity. Don't mention it. There's something move over this way. Come on, bring your camera over here. I think there's someone here. Oh my god, not the reporters. Oh well, actually that makes so much sense actually. The Yakuza cannot enter the shrine, but the reporters on the other hand. Ah, what a pain in the ass. This area is still part of the shrine grounds. Are you sure it's okay for us to barge in here? What matters more? Mifune's-san's orders or some dumb shrine rules? Get over here. You don't need to start throwing hands like a street thug. You just need a mic and a camera. And you're set. Can you think of an easier gig? Get over here. Kanushi-sama, what do we do now? The Kanushi says nothing. The easygoing look he's worn, with an occasional hint of self-satisfaction, is nowhere to be found. You two, please, wait here for a moment. You're going to go fight them? Just the usual routine. Clearing away a bit of lingering evil. What is he going to do? I have no idea what these guys' arts are. The priest gives Gohei a casual flick. The wind's chimes fall silent as the leaves quiver. The air suddenly turns thin and clear. He can hit me with that stick. Hey, no. No. Bad online resident. Bad. Get water sprayed. Bad. Control yourself. Focus on the story. Gleaming fire gushes from the wide sleeves of his robe, like streams of spring water, neither surging nor even trembling, only drifting quietly through the air, until a gust of wind sweeps through from the shrine gate. It is a cruel wind, sharp as a knife, the kind no kami would raise in idle sports with humankind. Seeing the faint foxfire flare up in the rear courtyards, the kami at the shrine gate lets go of the handlebars and raises to its feet. With a trace of pride, it lifts a forepaw and sweeps it through the air. Do not use the fingers emoji right now. The crystalline flames burst like exorcising thunder, and the Shimenawa hung around the shrine instantly ignite with foxfire, severing the mortal world from the divine brow. The fierce wind erupts along the edge of the divine brow, tearing away every camera, drone, and listening device, along with their camouflage, and hurling them into the air. Oh, that's some wind. Why is all the equipment flying all over the place? The Gohei slices into the wind and shears apart the surging foxfire. The wind strips the casings of the surveillance equipment, while the flames shoot through each newly exposed core with perfect precision. The surveillance equipment ignites with brilliant, silent white flames. A moment later, bursts apart and falls to the ground as bits of scorched charcoal. Kanushi-sama? You really an arts master? Just a few little tricks is all. Nothing in particular. Now's your chance. Get going. Damn. You know what's the wildest part of it all? I don't even know his name. I don't even know the name of this guy. He helped us so much right now. And not even sure what to call him besides Kanushi-sama. No, actually, it's Kanushi his actual name. So this whole time I thought Kanushi was a title. Kanushi, but what if it is his... Oh no, it is a title. Yeah, it is a title. God damn it. Godmaster. Also known as Shinshoku, is a Shinto priest responsible for maintaining a shrine and conducting ceremonies to worship the kami. I see. Fake Arknights player. Hey! In my defense, okay, I got a little bit, I will admit, I got a little bit out of touch with Arknights content because of my research papers last year. Just now, I am trying to recover this contact with this franchise. Alright. 84. Hyakumonogatari. After. Cancel. No. Hold your horses right there. You don't need to cancel me because of that. Hey, look. There's a man on screen. Hey. Online residents, look. Guy on the screen. Look at him. Look. Get distracted. Out of touch. I wonder why. Oh my god. Can't be the other 8 gacha games and grass touching taking up your line. Shut up. Shut up. Hoshiguma and Momoka? Muryuchi. Oh, let's go. Oh, they got distracted. Let's go. You know my weakness well. So easy. Ah, goddamn, what voice did I give him again? I think he's a deep voice, but I think he's supposed to sound a bit sly. Let's see if I remember well. Did you need something to tide you over for now? Or do you mean to tell me you have already completed your task? I don't need anything to eat. I am pretty full. I feel like I swallowed enough wind on the way over here. The Kinsekikai are still chasing you? Thanks to the Kami-sama's guidance, by taking a less traveled route, the journey back went relatively smoothly. Kami-sama? You mean... Don't celebrate just yet. Yes. We found a Kami-sama, but not the one you were looking for. That doesn't matter. It's not a problem. It doesn't matter. You are? Infield gotta release a good male character case. I'm bored of playing it already. Already? The game? What do you mean already? The game just launched. Like what, a week ago? No. A bit over a week ago. Two weeks ago. What do you mean you're bored? Come on now. Come on now. What is this attitude? I bet there's still a lot for you to do in that game. See? I told you. Oh. No, I didn't skip anything. No. I don't have anything here to offer you a proper welcome. But how about some Odin broth to warm you? No. Have all the Odin you want. I'm not as into the Odin you make as certain others. Kami-sama, I wonder if you... Wonder what? You're wondering if I have seen the mannequin Neko you keep talking about, right? Neko's the one you're looking for, not me. No. Getting to meet a Kami is a blessing from heaven. Why would I ever be picky? Your eyes betray you. Back when that Neko would still talk to me, it talked to me about you. And the one it described was nothing like you here. We're just a kid to them, treating it the way any kid would treat a friend. That's why it left me? How should I know? It remembers you, but just as one of the thousands of people it's met in its life. I'd never waste its time telling me why it's left you. Well, this is awkward. Poor guy. I mean, I got the story left and stuff. Then do the story! What the fuck? I already feel burnout farming for Leviathan. I had to reach 120 pools. I see. Oh, so you're farming. I see. But do the story. Come on, do the story. The story is what really gets you, how should I say, captured by a gacha game. The story to me when it comes to gacha games is what matters the most. If the story of the gacha is not good, or if I'm not interested on it, then I will drop the game. I have done it other times. But if the story is really good, and I start to really like the characters, I will keep playing the game, even when the game doesn't receive any more updates. Case in point, NeuroCloud. I still do its dailies every day, even though the game is practically abandoned. It hasn't really captured me yet. Oh, that's a shame. But look. It's fine. It might eventually. It might eventually, okay? When a gacha starts, when the story of a gacha starts, the starting part is usually quite slow, okay? Give it some time. Give it some time. Arknights is a cool franchise, okay? I promise you. Arknights is cool. But if you're too lazy to read the story yourself, I mean, maybe some YouTubers maybe you can watch some YouTubers VOD to see the story. Sorry. I should focus. Oh, did I skip something? Oh, no. I came to see you for other reasons. No problem. What do you need from me? Money or information? Information, of course. Information about the Kaiden. You think we Kami are responsible for all the Kaiden in Mitsukue, but I promise you have basically nothing to do with any of them. Aren't you, in fact, the one you though from the legend? I admit that I speed my unicycle down the street every day, but what else makes you think I am the one you though? YouTubers, huh? Why? When are you streaming Enfield Story? Next year? Hey. I promise. I promise, okay? I promise, okay? When I finish the start of this event, okay, I'm going to go straight to Enfield, okay? I promise you that, alright? I just want to read this story because I don't want to have to wait another 6 months for its rerun, okay? Oh my god, there's a cat playing with a ball on my door. My apologies if you have heard it. It's the door just now. It was really loud. But I promise, okay? Just wait. Counting today. 3 more days, okay? I will end the story in 3 more days. Be patient, okay? Be patient, please. Let me enjoy the story. The old building behind the police station on Doku Street. The cursed elevator. The building only has 15 floors, yet the elevator has a button for the 16th floor. That extra floor is actually hell. People have disappeared there. Blaming your door for your incompetence? No. Shut up. It's not my fault, it really isn't. It's my cat's fault. So very Kiru. Stop calling me Kiru. Sometimes the Manekineko in the lobby, which is formally fixed to the front desk, just vanishes, only to reappear the next day. This seems to be correlated to when the 16th floor appears. The phenomenon isn't limited to the old building. Many others have told me that their Manekinekos disappear and reappear at odd times. Speaking specifically about the old building though, every time the entrance to hell thing happens, the Manekineko disappears. You have some pretty detailed knowledge there. But I can tell you for sure that the Manekineko in that building has nothing to do with the kami you're looking for, even if they look alike. Where's your proof? Why do I need proof? I am a kami. Shouldn't I be able to discern between kami and lookalikes? You're just talking. You haven't proved anything. Where's all the deference you had just a minute ago? Well, I'm not calling you out or blaming you. I like the frankness better than the whole show you were putting on before. Besides, I have also explored that old building pretty carefully. First, there is no hidden button. The button for the 16th floor is right above the button for the 15th floor. It's just covered by a steel plate. Kami didn't do that, and no human could have left that steel plate. So, you're saying the button for the 16th floor has been there all along, just covered by a steel plate? A pale look comes over Moriuchi's face. See? Even you think it's silly, right? Second, that Manekineko can actually be pressed down. If you push hard enough, the whole thing sinks below the counter. Did you push it? Yeah, I pushed it, and nothing amazing happened. When the receptionist came back, he fiddled with the desk a bit, and the thing popped back up. Then the receptionist started answering the phone, a long string of calls, and kept apologizing and stuff. That was it. See? What we have here is a quirky receptionist, but you're saying it's a kaiden. So, That's just a weird habit of his. How can that be? Well, what else could it be? You think he's pushing the Maneki Neko below the desk because he has a grudge against that Neko? What is it, girl? Have you filmed a show in that building or something? No, but when a variety show came to film here, one of my coworkers floated that idea. I want to get an earful from the producer at our agency. Oh, there's something weird happening there then, probably. He chilled him out? The producer went on about a bunch of stuff I barely understood. Something about Takeba being a Kinsekikai business. Guess it's some kind of restaurant and they didn't want a TV show hurting their business. Oh yeah, there's definitely suspicious. We should go there. Takeba? Takeba? Yes, what's wrong? Sorry, not Takeba. 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 I can't read, I promise. Yes, what's wrong? Teka is the name of a Higashini's fin beast dish. So wouldn't Takeba just be a restaurant that sells Teka? Takeba is a code word for casino. So I guess hell is just Kinsekikai Casino. And anyone who wanders in there by mistake is made to keep their mouth shut. The button for the 16th floor has to be triggered by some kind of mechanism. It probably leads to a hidden mezzanine, or maybe even a basement. That Maneki Neko is probably some kind of signaling device. Press it and it sends a message. That's why after our dear Kami-sama pressed it, the receptionist apologized to them. Momoko lets out a sigh. It's hard to tell whether it's out of pity for Moriuchi, or out of relief that there isn't a real Kaiden. The noisy Kami scratches its head in mild irritation. It clearly wasn't expecting the Kaiden tale to end like this. Moriuchi's face grows even more pale, until the sweat flows down from his eyebrows. That must be a coincidence. All this year, some Kaiden tales have been debunked, but there are still so many no one can explain. The 16th floor hell thing must be just a coincidence. Also the real remaining Fukui-ked diner. I remember the Kami mentioned it to me that it liked the place, and I still kept in touch with it. After the restaurant was torn down a couple of years ago, people would sometimes say they caught the scent of fried food drifting through the area. Other people even claimed they could sometimes see the diner still standing on the empty lot. Only they could never get close to it. That lot has been empty ever since the restaurant was torn down. I remember that place. I wanted to go try it, back when it was still around. But the owner wouldn't let me in, and I ended up going somewhere else. The restaurant closed not long after the TV show aired. For the next few days after that, rumors were flying that I cursed the restaurant owner. People would say the Kaiden Queen is at it again, or the spiteful woman took her revenge. Stuff like that. The Kinsekikai are the ones who tore it down. Obviously, I know that, but we are talking about what happened after it got torn down. Momoka, didn't you and your film crew visit the lot after that? Yes, but when we went there, I didn't see any restaurant. I smelled some fried food, but that was it. Anyone can easily make a place smell like fried food. Take the kaidan out of it, and this thing boils down to the King Sekikai wanting to force the Fuku family out of business, right? First they planted the idea that something spooky might be going on here. Then they tore the place down. Finally, they sent Momoka over there for one last visit. But the Oni, the haunted house. Moriuchi-san, are you really going to stand here and talk to me about that? No offense, but if you didn't cause the death that happened in that house, then it could still have been the work of a kami. Even this kami-sama only started chasing Kaidan after haunted house rumor took off, right? That is true. Momoka, didn't you just recently film a TV show at the haunted house? Yes, but it wasn't a ghost who scared me. It was Hoshiguma. I tried to pick something off the floor to hit her with and... Don't forget, out of a house full of trash, she just had to pick up that broken blade. We searched everywhere and couldn't find it, so we had no choice but to hastily forge a fake one. Even if she didn't do it intentionally, that changed everything. Momoka? No. Though she may be saying no, Momoka hands shaking. I can't read. Pulls the broken blade out. Hoshiguma, this is just a broken blade, right? Mifune-san wouldn't kill me over this thing, right? Broken blade? I picked it up at your place the day we filmed the show. Then last night, when my TV went haywire in the middle of the night, I thought I heard Mifune-san say it was because I picked this blade. Look at this blade guard. This is from the Sanoguchi's heirloom blade, isn't it? Sanoguchi used to love showing it off. Sanoguchi? The second victim in the haunted house. The one who used his family blade to kill his wife and then take his own life. But more than one police officer told me that blade has been locked up in the evidence room. How could it be sitting in your family's old house? Mifune-san must want that blade, and so he gave the police some false evidence, right? And why isn't this blade in his collection? Why would it end up in my house and broken into? Besides, when a gangster goes mad and kills himself, the Yakuza practically welcome the cops to investigate, just to watch them come up empty and live in frustration. There's no reason for them to forge evidence. Unless Sanoguchi didn't kill himself. Unless Kimbe murdered him. So it is an evidence to something. Okay, I see. Oh, okay, I think I understand why it's important. It's the evidence of a crime that he committed. And if it comes to light that he committed such a crime, perhaps he wouldn't be able to join the world of politics then, Mifune. And that's why the blade is so important, and that's why they wanted to kill Momoka. Because they think Momoka is in cahoots with the old man and Hoshiguma, which are the current enemies of the King Sekikai. I see. Okay. I think everything's coming together. The only question remaining, though, is the whole ordeal about the TV on Momoka's place. The most likely thing that I can think of is that is related to that random person that hacked the transmission place. That's probably the most likely. But why though? Why does she care? Oh well, let's just keep reading. Momoka stands there, stunned. She stares at Hoshiguma. This expression on Momoka's face is even more blank and stunned than Moriuchi's. It's as if she's awakening from one nightmare, only to step into another one. Oh, poor girl. You're joking, right? Those hidden tales, the ones that scared me half to death. How could they not be real? The agency might be shameless, but there's no way that all these years they have been fabricating all sorts of... And Sanaguchi, his death was suspicious, but the others... Her voice grows softer and softer, then stops. She subconsciously looks to Moriuchi, who intentionally avoids making eye contact. She suddenly realizes that she has been looking at Moriuchi because she thought he shared her pain, while he averted his gaze because he didn't want to admit the truth. So, all those businesses that closed after I visited then. Those live streams where I did as I was told. The weird things kept happening where people got hurt. Those eerie noises, the ghosts, the fleeting shadows, were they all fake? Even the owl Oni and the haunted house, the legends I believe so completely, the ones that scared me out of my wits these past few days. The starting point of all the tales of Imitsuke, were they all fake? Momoka Hanyu, the singer wrapped up in Kaiden tales. My agency never even cared about my career. Today I have been nothing more than a cover for the Kinseki Kai. That can't be right. And it's Moriuchi-san. Moriuchi-san? It's an ambush. Get behind me. Momoka is still frozen in place. Hoshiguma steps forward, positioning the Hanya mask between her and the collapsed Moriuchi, shielding them both. As if in answer to Momoka's question, the surface of the shield crackles with a flurry of tiny explosions. Kami-sama, check on Moriuchi. Was he poisoned or struck by something? Here's a burn mark on his neck, and this thing here fell on the floor. This isn't a flash drive you use to move data between terminals. I've seen people throwing these things at electronic equipment to disable it, but lately they have been throwing them at people instead. Why? Ninja? Don't try to resist. Who sent you? That's not important. Come with me. There's no way Mifune-san sent you, right? That's the first time I have heard anyone ask that question. Please, tell me, the Kaidan tales are all true. My career isn't being used as a cover for Mifune... Kinde. No, is he that? I don't know. I have no idea. No, actually, he can't. Probably not, because he is a playable character after all. He can't be that. They wouldn't made him a playable character if he was that, I think. The ninja replies only with a weapon, which looks somewhat like a blade but different. The blade has yet to move, but remains pointed squarely at Hoshiguma's chest. Spies, schemers, arsonists, even assassins. People who spend their entire lives in the shadows, never daring to show their true faces in public. I think. Hey, I can't promise anything, okay? Since the national wars several centuries ago, these people, who call themselves ninja, have moved through the hidden currents of history. Since then, countless figures of power, daimyo, kugyo, zaibatsu magnates, clan leaders have all assembled their own shadowy organizations. What? Hit yourself well. You're not quick enough on the draw. Hoshiguma plants a foot on the flash drive she just blocked. It gives a sharp electronic whine, then bursts apart with a loud pop. Keeping up with the times, huh? A flash drive with a high voltage charge. Works on both people and machines. The two ninjas exchange a glance. One draws a short blade, the other a longsword, and together they lunge at Momoka from opposite sides. Can't leave well enough alone. Sorry, you can't... Sorry, one? You can't leave well enough alone. I read that right, I think. Maybe. Not paying too much attention, okay? I swear I can read, I swear. Anya spins in Hoshiguma's hands. A blazing circle of fury. The longsword's edge strikes it and buckles, shattering to pieces. The ninja with the dagger dives to the ground, dodging the swirling shield before it can shred limbs. Only then does the third figure, hidden all this time in the shadows, appear, sending a cluster of flash drives silently hurtling towards Hoshiguma's unprotected head. It's too late to call out a warning, so Momoka leaps to her feet, trying to imitate a movie scene. She swings her shoulder back in an attempt to bat the little drives back. Momoka takes a direct hit. There is a faint crackling sound. He doesn't even have time to cry out before she crumples to the floor. Limp as a rag, just like Moriuchi. Ah! Momoka! You're the last one standing. You'll either come with me quietly, or you end up on the floor like that. Overestimating your own abilities is never a good thing. Enough talk. Have at you. The projectiles come from every direction, expected and otherwise, only to shatter against the hurling Hanya. She's trying to run while carrying the other two on her back. Stop her! Hoshiguma charges the nearest ninja head-on. The black-clad assassin slams into the shield, snapping many ribs. Ouch. She's about to break through the encirclement when her shoulder suddenly feels light. Something has yanked Moriuchi up into the air. A hook? Moriuchi is still dangling in midair when Momoka is snatched up, like a doll caught in a crane machine. Honey slices through the rope attached to the grappling hook. Momoka drops safely into Hoshiguma's arms, while the Oden Yatai owner is flung by the momentum and lands in a heap in front of his own cart. Oh my god. One of the ninjas seizes the Oden man, leaps into the air and vanishes among the buildings of Nita Street. Oh well. Oh well. Rest in peace, Moriuchi. You will be missed. Hoshiguma. You came to pretty quickly. My neck really hurts. Like some scorch marks. I think you got zapped. Rinse it and cover it, and it shouldn't leave a scar. There might be more attackers coming in from Kajimachi. Do you have somewhere we can lie low for a bit? My place... But I bet Kimba's already sent guys over there. Doesn't matter. You'll hide in plain sight. They won't expect us to go there. And if someone is there, you'll just go somewhere else. Perfect. That way, I can bring Hasuke along soon. Hasuke? Never mind. I will explain later. The longer we stall, the more goons will show up. Which way to your place? Let's go. Kami-sama, you... are already gone. Huh. Quick to run away, huh? The little ferret thing. Oh man, They took Moriuchi. That's not good. That's not good at all. They might end up torturing him for information about Momoka and Hoshiguma. I hope that whatever they decide to do with Moriuchi isn't that serious. Or at the very least, I hope it doesn't leave a scar or something. The seed has been planted. All that follows is in the name of a greater, more beautiful sacrifice. The Legacy of Ruin, 85. Before. Can I join their gang? Hey, whoa, hey, no. Really? You want to join a gang to torture a man? Is that really? Oh, fucking damn it, Online Resident. Don't you have virtue? Let me down. I can walk on my own. Also, I should drink more water. Hold on. Hey. Damn, there goes my water. I might need to refill later if I start being too thirsty. Hopefully not. I will still hand back. Okay, you know what? Maybe, just maybe you can enter the Kinseki Kai as a double agent. Alright. What happened? My room... It's a complete mess. Have Kimba's guys been here already? Careful. Someone might be laying in ambush. Momoka ignores Hoshiguma's warning and runs towards the window. Hasuke? How could this happen? Who cut my Hasuke? Cut? Following Momoka to the window, Hoshiguma sees the object lined up on it, and a flower pot. There is only the stem of a plant left. The upper half has been severed. Hoshiguma turns her head towards the trash can and sees the upper half lying inside. Hasuke is a tree? A sapling. It didn't grow much because I haven't taken good care of it. What did this? And why? Why? Momoka, calm down. Let go! I will get revenge for Hasuke! How important was that plant to her? For some reason, Momoka seems to get angrier with each word that Hoshiguma says. Her eyes are wide, she's panting hard and trembling all over, seemingly willing to fight to her death. Hoshiguma instinctively takes a step back and even has the urge to go. Something that she does not often do. Not that Momoka is trying to do anything to her, but... Momoka intends to kill. Hoshiguma can sense it. Hoshiguma takes another step back and touches a water bottle. He immediately pours a cup of water and hands it to Momoka. Get revenge for Daddy Yuchi as well. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god, I'm a resident. Whatever. I'll just read the story. I would imagine... Hasuke obviously means a lot to Momoka. And I bet it's not for a silly reason either. Maybe it was a present from someone. I have not seen her mention her parents yet, Momoka. Maybe they could be dead. And it was a present from them, maybe. What can I say? I am an honest person. Okay, fine, at least I will give you that. Here, I have some water. Momoka does not answer. He snatches the cup out of Hoshiguma's hand and empties it in a single gulp, leaving bite marks on the edge of the paper cup. At least it seems to have calmed her down a little. If only a little. It must have been Kimbe's people who did this to Hasuke, right? Very likely. But... why? Did they cut Hasuke to vent their anger just because I wasn't home? How could they do this? Judging from what I see in the trash can, Hasuke wasn't in very good shape. Momoka takes a big step towards Hoshiguma. Hoshiguma almost knocks over the water bottle as she flinches. Of course Hatsuke is in bad shape. How could it be anything else when all my time is occupied with work? Huh? Of course I wanted Hasuke to grow up healthy and keep changing its spots until it's too big for my room. But I have to do overtime when the agency asks. I don't get home until 3 or 4 in the morning, and a lot of times I don't even remember when I last watered it. It's okay. Could take notes and measure the water. The people at the agency laughed at me when I say I want to take Hasuke with me on long trips. Try those blogger tips and put eye drop vials in the soil, but it doesn't work. Hasuke leaves are always yellow when I come back from a long trip, and it almost wilted a few times. I had to work hard to save it every time. How could it grow when it's always on the brink of death? It's very important to you, is it? The question that came to Hoshiguma's mind was a rare species, but she immediately realized that it is not what she should ask. Is it a gift from someone dear to you? No, I pick it up from the roadside. What the fuck? Then why? Okay, well, hold on. Maybe is a souvenir from her homeland or something like that, right? It could be that. It could be that. The roadside? I came to Mitsukue with Hanamaru, a clown beast I had kept for a long time. As my work got busier, I no longer had time to take care of her, so I gave her away along with her climbing rack. I bought a similar one to remember her. I knew I didn't have time to keep a pet, so I thought I would keep a plant. And that was Hasuke. No, my first one was Ran. Did you have a stroke? I might have at this point. Trying to understand why this plant is so important to her. Tried my best to make time to take care of Ran, following the instructions in the manual to the letter. But after a few months... Hoshiguma glances at the flower pot next to the cloud beast climbing rack. A little seedling sprouted in Ran's pot. I asked the flower shop owner and he said it was a berry seedling. I suggested that I changed pot. That was Ichigo. Then the windows of my room broke on a windy day, and by the time I got back home, Ran, Ichigo, Matsumaru, Togedono. My plants always die in strange ways. Togedono died because of a flood upstairs. I started suspecting that plants and I just weren't good together, but I couldn't keep a pet because I might have to go on a long trip at a moment's notice at any time. But I would come home to an empty room without even a single blade of grass I could talk to without putting on a mask. I couldn't take it anymore, which was why I got Tamasaburo. Is electronic pet. What happened to Hamasaburo. When I talked to the repair shop owner, he said it left the factory with a defective motherboard. Huh. Hmm. I think all of this is too much of a coincidence to not be intentional by someone. I think maybe, what if? Because Momokai is the Kaiden Queen, and she's essentially used as a way to the Kinsekikai to what? How should I say? As a front for the Kinsekikai. You know what? Maybe I just gonna keep reading. I picked up Hasuke from its spot from a trash dump on my way back from the repair shop. When I found Hasuke, I made up my mind. I would give up on keeping a plant if I couldn't keep it alive. With tears in her eyes, Momoka walks from one end of the window sill to the other, showing them to Hoshiguma one by one. Hoshiguma is not sure whether to laugh or cry, until Momoka pulls the last bag open. It's not a memorial for a pet or plant, but two memorial tablets. The names scribbled upon them are Kazuhiko Shino and Kumiko Shino. What is this? My mama and papa. You don't mean... No, it's not that. I grew up in Gokawa, near the Sworden border. It was a small backwater nomadic city in Kaneshiro territory. It was known for its plastics and chemical plants and nothing else. Waste from the factories had polluted the water supply. People didn't know they were drinking polluted water until a few years before I was born. I managed to grow up pretty healthy, but my parents were not so lucky. Papa died when I was very little, around 5 or 6 years old. I was brought up by my mother. I don't remember much about Papa. As for Mama, she was never in good health. She complained about not being able to see clearly, feeling numb in her hands and feet, and was also prone to falling. The Kaneshiro clan hushed things up, giving people with clear health problems a pittance, while finding all sorts of excuses to deny relief to people who could still take care of themselves. Mama's condition had really deteriorated by the time Kimbe's agency scouted me, partly by persuasion and partly by coercion. She passed away not long after my debut. I wanted to attend her funeral, but the agency wouldn't let me. Because I had become somewhat well known by them, they didn't want people to know that I came from Gokawa. They gave me the surname Hanyu, which sounds northern because the surname Shino might clue people in on where I came from. My relatives took care of the funeral, but the agency prohibited me from telling them the true reason why I couldn't go back. They cut ties with me after sending Mama's spirit tablets and ashes to me. The agency told me the best way to comfort my parents' souls was to become a star. Like force-feeding a foul beast, they kept telling me to become the biggest star in Mitsukue in Higashi on Terra. That it was the meaning of my entire existence. And so I kept walking down this path, forcing myself to believe that they were right, until a few days ago. My performing career was the entirety of my life. Anything that could help my career, I had to do. No matter how unwilling I was. Anything that could hurt my career, I couldn't touch. No matter how attractive it was. But I'm tired. I would be, even without all those strange kaiden that kept me on edge every day. Not that I don't like my work, but who can I talk to about things other than work? So, this is what it's come to. Nothing I kept ever lived long. Their memories forming a long row on my windowsill. Silly, isn't it? A girl who kills anything she tries to keep. Momoko Hanyu should go home alone, take off her makeup, shower, brush her teeth, and go straight to bed. Then straight to work the next day when she wakes up. Momoko Hanyu should do exactly as her agency says, and stop trying to have a life outside of her performing career. But Hasuki lived for a long time, even though I never took good care of it. But now... Momoka. Sorry, what's your real name? Haruka. Mama and Papa gave me the name because they wanted me to go far away. Away from Gokawa, away from the dirty water that kills without taste or smell. To live in freedom. I made it far away, alright. As for living in freedom, should I call you? No, don't. Call me Momoka. Momoka Hanyu. Sorry. It's not that I don't like the name my parents gave me. How could I not like it? But I've come too far. I don't have a choice anymore. Haruka Shino has no parents. no relatives, no friend who knows the name. A breeze. A breeze is all it takes to blow her away. All I am is Momoka Hanyu, the performer. Even if the agency doesn't want me anymore, even if Kimbe wants me to get horeopathy, even if he's trying to silence me, Momoka Hanyu is the only thing I am, and the only thing I can be. Silence. Then, pack up, Momoka. We're leaving. Kimbe's ninjas could come back at any time. We need to go to Kajimachi. Yeah. The Aegir wipes her tears and starts packing silently. Then she looks up at Hoshiguma, forcing a smile on her tear-stained face. Hey, can we go and see the fireworks tomorrow? I've been living Mitsukue for so many years, but I have never had the chance. Never had the time to go. I used to tell Mio-san that I would go to the riverside and watch the fireworks if I ever lost my job. Now it looks like... well... She never finishes the sentence, and as her smile gradually fades, as though she knows that it is a silly question, and is just waiting for someone to interrupt. Hoshiguma cannot find the words to console her. Oh my god. Oh my god. She really needs to get out of here. Haruka. Like... Jesus Christ, man. I was so confused initially why she was keeping up the plan. Why she cares so much about the plants. Why seeing the plant essentially dead was enough to make her want to kill some people. I see now. Holy fuck. Then everything she built her life towards to, everything she sacrifices her life for, essentially just crumble down. The lie that she was leaving crumbled down in front of her, and the person that perhaps she considered as her closest friend, Mio, showed up in front of her door to kill her. And now she has no one else. Oh, God. Oh my god. Arknights is a happy story, Arknights is a happy story. I mean, I don't doubt it that this is going to have a happy end eventually, but... Jesus. Alright. Then get on, Bakayaro. I'll pay you double for that Gomikuzu. Kinbei's pain to cut off that white tail of his. I wanted a belt to go with his outfit anyway. Stop trying this crap. What's in it? Kinbei's dirty photos or something? How much do you have to hate it to throw stuff like this? Watch your tongue. That's what I was waiting for. Jim? Are you kidding me? Ouch. My hand. I can't move it. What are those famous people say in their death poems? In the 50 years of human life? Wow, I haven't lived that long. Got it. I was just planning to take you to the Oyabun, but it looks like Mitsukue would be a better place without you. Oh, ain't that a honor? Shut up and accept your death, lest your spirit become a ghost that shall not know rest. Ooh, what's that? My blade. It was broken by a shogi piece? Careful, Tessai. They mean business. Take this, old bastard. The ninja yells at Tessai, but throws the broken sword to Kichisei lying on the ground. Kichisei sees Tessai's movements clearly for the first time. His iron fan pulls in the broken blade like a magnet. Tessai swings the fan and the blade flies from the fan. Can't read, Jesus Christ, that was rough. Thanks, old man. You saved my skin. You want to sleep? Do it in a bed. You still have to mind the parlor tomorrow. Right? Footsteps. Are there more of them? Hashiguma. Momoka too. Are you alright? Were you crying, Momoka? I'm fine. Kichisei, you... be dead if the old man didn't show up. Uncle Tessai, Momoka's being hunted by Kinbei's people and has nowhere to go. I want to hide her in Kajimachi for a while. No problem. Plenty of space in the old man's pachinko parlor. Kichisei takes one glance at Tessai and realizes that he is not exactly in a great mood. What I mean is, she can stay upstairs in my shop. Suit yourself. Thanks, old man. I will take her. One moment. Do you really plan on parading her through the town as though that son of mine doesn't exist? You mean... Itsuya? He's been snooping around. The girl can stay at my place until he leaves. You want to go there? Please don't mind the repeated usage of the CG. Arknights operates in a little bit of a low budget, even though it's a game that makes over $10 million on mobile. Please don't mind it's too much. Well, let's go home. Oh, Tetsuya? The Luck Star ain't open today. What are you trying to do barging in while I'm out? I'm sorry. I was looking for the Northern Court spy, and I haven't searched your home yet, so... I'm the only one here. I look like a spy to you? Maybe. Wait, how did you get hurt? Was it the Northern Court? Why would the Northern Court spy attack me? Just got in a little fight, that's all. All I need is a good night's sleep. How about I bandage it up for you? I almost forgot. You started studying medicine before working for Kimbe, and wanted to try your skills on anyone in town who had a bump or bruise. Must have read too many sword fight manga. Fine, suit yourself. Let's see if your skills have improved. Who did this to you? It almost went all the way through. Did you believe me if I said it was Kimbe? Talk bad about Mifune-san, did you say? He's doing it for the greater good. Forget the greater good. I remember how you were crying about how you were gonna become a sword master and clear your mom's name. What happened to that with the development of Kajimachi? Did the window displays in the luxury shops eat up all your time? I left. I didn't have to live off compensation money like you all. And I didn't want you to think that I was working for him out of greed. What kind of bloody baka are you? Oh my god. Oh, that was so early 2010s. The weeaboos era. God damn. It threw me back in time for a few seconds. Not kidding. It was Kimbe's man who did this to me. I would be dead if your pop didn't step in. What? Ouch. Sorry, but no. Why would Mifune-san want to kill you? It must be a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? I saw Hoshiguma once at the shrine, and then his men started tailing me. You tell me where the misunderstanding is. I will go and find him. I will smooth things over. If he's really angry at you for some reason. Are you his son? You're beyond saving, seriously. I want to introduce the muzzle of my gun to that dumbass mouth of yours. I'll get lost before I actually do it. I'll wrap the rest of the wounds myself. What a loser. So, that's the truth behind the Kaiden? What about your family home? Shimatsu, Sanoguchi, Sir Kimbe, killed all of them? Strictly speaking, I only have proof of Sanoguchi. Do they have evidence them? Moriuchi, Momoka, and that so-called Kami? Do you have proof for the diet candidate dying by your hand 20 years ago? I could never forget what happened that night. You came back with blood all over you, standing at the door of this very manor, not saying a single word. I thought you had failed to stop Kimbe, but you told me that the diet was dead. And you killed him. You accidentally killed Shuji, whom you were close to, while trying to stop Kimbe. Then you went berserk and started killing indiscriminately. The diet candidate was dead by the time you came to your senses. You can prove that you did it. Only yourself. When you don't even remember what happened? If you think that Mifune didn't kill Shimatsu and the others, what makes you say that you killed the diet candidate? Well, there was a succession crisis brewing. And you did indeed kill brothers of the clan. Not one, but several. You thought the people wouldn't accept someone who would kill her own brothers. Indeed, you couldn't accept it yourself. The Diet candidate was that. My relationship with you was much better than with King Bay. Placing the blame on you would prove that I was fair and unbiased, at least. King Bay was a valued administrator who was conducting the bulk of King Sekikai's transformation. He put in honest work back then. He was more valuable than someone like you, who only contributed to fighting. All of these were things that you said to me the next day, when your reason had fully returned. Your arguments were valid for the greater good, and impossible to ignore at the time. Did any of it have to do with who killed the Diet candidate, though? I wanted a straight answer. Did you kill the Diet candidate by the name of Koreto? Yes or no? You said yes. The rest was history. I pinned the blame on you, then smuggled you to Lungman. For everyone else, you had gone missing, having likely committed suicide because you feared punishments for the murder. But one lie must be covered up by another lie. If you had killed the Diet candidate, then Kingbe and his people must have gone to protect him. Things snowballed from there. Let me ask you again, Hoshiguma. Did you kill the candidate? If the answer is yes, then there is nothing else to say. I did my best after you committed the deed, and it is my fault that the King Sekikai has become what it is today. If not... Tessai says nothing more, but gazes straight into Hoshiguma's eyes. The only thing I hoped when I came back was that my sacrifice was not in vain, and that things had gotten better for the King Sekikai. But I was wrong. So you didn't kill him? No, I don't know. I remember nothing from when I accidentally killed Shuji until I saw the candidate's lifeless body. All I know is that I had gone on a rampage. Then, why did you say yes? Hoshiguma says nothing and looks in the direction of her family. Of your father? What are you doing here, Papa? Why are there so many bad people lying on the ground? Did you kill all of them? It's alright. Hajimachi is safe. Uncle Tessa is looking for you. Is that Aunt Setsuko? Grandma Hinoe too? Did the bad people kill them? Even Tetsuya? Let's go. Papa, we need to tell Uncle Tessa. Why are you pointing your blade at me? Uncle Tessai, something's wrong with Papa. Papa? Yes. Your father had killed Tetsuya in his madness. But what do Setsuko and my mother's death have to do with him? Hadn't he been protecting them? I told you, Tetsuya. Not just him, but what happened to your father too. It was all the fault of those wandering Oni. None of this would have happened if not for them. Besides, since when did I say that you needed to take responsibility for what your father did? I'm not taking responsibility for him. All I know is that I was just like him at the time. It was either me or Kimbe who killed the candidate. It wouldn't have been anyone else. But it could have been me. And if things had gone on, it would have been me. Sooner or later. 10 out of 10 voice acting will shut up. Shut up. But if you're being genuine, thank you. I try. I try, okay? God damn it. Man, I got so focused on the story I forgot to leave any sort of commentary to it. Jesus. The aging Oni grabs a shogi piece from the table and smashes it to bits on the ground. Yes, I was angry at your father, but you have always been like a daughter to me. Do you know who I was thinking of when I made that Oni face on Hanya? Do you know why I gave you the shield before you left? It was for you that I made Hanya, so that you wouldn't repeat the mistakes of your father. Fallen Noble House where I bought the materials of craftsmanship. Jesus Christ. Once had a splendid collection of legendary weapons. The story says that they stole the secret arts of a temple, allowing them to craft weapons that were not only incredibly sharp, but also able to suppress the madness of the Oni. Didn't know if it was real, but the craftsmanship certainly was. And I made the shield intending for it to be my final work. But I felt hesitant at the ultimate step. The handle. The handle. According to the laws of the secret arts, the part connected to the palm must be polished by the wielder personally, until it fits comfortably in the bare hand. It was like someone had poured cold water over me. The intention clearly was not to make one learn self-discipline. The intention clearly was to make one learn self-discipline. What discipline would it take to polish a piece of metal until it fits comfortably in the hand? There would be no need for any secret art. So I never gave you the shield, which was why everyone who felt themselves up to it had designs on the clan's leadership. That's why there were so many internal clashes at the time. High-ranking members looked for any opportunity to take each other out, but it was the rank and file who suffered the most. And even the honest folk of Kajimachi became caught in the struggle. That's how the events of that night came to be. Hoshiguma is silent. Karma. Karma. Right or wrong, things have gone too far. There's no way to turn back the clock. How has Lungman been? Smooth transition. What a smooth transition, Tessai. If life hasn't been kind, take your weapon, then you have Kimbe's head. If that's the last thing we do. We are descendants of warriors, and we will have a warrior's death. If life has been alright, then leave now. And never think about Kimbe or me again. What happened between your father and I is between the two of us. It's not your fault. Stop going against your heart for the greater good. It's not your place to do so. Lungman has been kind to me. For the first time tonight, Tessai sees Hoshiguma's gaze meet his. I'm glad to hear that. But I will go with you. Why? If this is indeed karma, then I want to clean up the loose ends before I go back to Lungman. Very well. Give Hanya to me. You have decided how to reforge it? The reforged Hanya would already have been yours, if you haven't been running around with that Momoka girl. What's this ribbon? A gift from my friends in Lungman. I have been using it. Take this. It's a step forward that you have learned to make compromises. I wouldn't bet against you. If you face Chi Chao once again, wielding the reforged Hanya. It's a good thing to reforge Hanya, but there's someone I need to rescue. Kimbe's got Moriuchi. Oh yeah, that guy! Oh yeah, completely forgot about him. How's he doing? How is he faring? Does he still have all his limbs? Did he gain any new scars? I wonder. Information broker who sells Odin. The reforging of Hanya can't wait. The kaidan were fabricated by Kimbe. The only people who knows this are you, me, Momoka, a certain Kami, and Moriuchi. Kimbe would never let him walk. It's partly my fault that he's in danger. I need to help him. Fast. I've got something for you, if you need a weapon. The old man takes out a dusty box from a corner. What's in the box? Her old outfit and sword. I have kept it in decent enough condition. Let's go. Alter, alter, alter. Hoshiguma alter. Hoshiguma alter. Hoshi alter. Hoshi alter. The one that you yielded that night. Take it. Unless you mean to tell me that you have not changed one bit these 20 years. Alright. There we go. There it is, finally. I see you haven't lost any of your guts. I have been meaning to ask, what have you been doing in Lungman? It's 1 a.m. here now, Kiru. I gotta get to bed. Good night. Good night, online residents. Thank you. Thank you for showing up to the stream. Have a good night. Sleep well. Your clothes are... Open the field's coming soon. 3 days. 3 days. Counting today. 3 days. Okay, I promise. I promise. Alright? It's not going to take that long. Your clothes are a little too plain for a triad. But it doesn't seem like you have been leading a quiet life either. What's going on? Oh, I joined the Lungmen police. I know, Tessa. I know. I know. Come again? I work for the LGD, the Lungmen police. It'll be difficult to sleep well after seeing that face, but I will try to... Shut up! You... No wonder the room stinks of cop. Oh, that was so nice. At least something happy going on here. That was the 85-4, right? How long have I been streaming? 2 hours 14 hours and 11. I can do one more, probably. Let's do one more so I can finish 85 nicely. 85 after. Are you really going to Kajimachi, Mifune-san? This is between me, Tessai, and Hoshiguma. I have to put an end to it personally. If things go according to your plan, Tessai will yield, even without Hanya. Let me just adjust my mic a little bit, because it's a little... There we go. Now, that's better. Does the idea of Hoshiguma coming back upset you so? I don't see the need for it. True. You'd have much more work to do if she came back. I'll tell you this plainly. Since you will someday take over for it. What do you think is the most important to living well in Mitsukue? Unity? No. The most important thing is beauty. A fine appearance will turn the people's prejudice on their heads. You and I, we all benefit from it. If I kept looking like a thug, it would have kicked me off camera the first time I was on TV. I never could have built Kinseki channel into what it is today. It's important that we conduct our business with the proper look, with beauty. There is an earth sign altar. His name escapes me. It says that if a gun appears in the first act of the story, I have heard that before. Hold on. It's an actual real author. Fuck. Hold on. Author, Russian, I think. It's Russian. God. Yeah. Chekhov's gun. is a dramatic principle coined by the 19th century Russian author playwright Anton Chekhov, stating that every element in a story, like a displayed gun, must be necessary or it should be removed. He advised that if a rifle is mentioned, it must go off later. And by that idea, the mention of the mysterious 16th floor in the previous segments of the story, if it was mentioned before, it probably will appear in the story later. He says that if a gun appears in the first act of the story, then a latter must hold it by the third act, at the latest. I believe there is a Colombian group by the name of Black Steel that uses guns as well, Vanessa. Well, you know what I mean. Mitsukue is too big, and it has grown too quickly. A lot of times it's hard for us to tell if we are doing the right thing. And so, we must make sure that everything we do has a proper beginning and end. That everyone is in their proper place, and the trigger of every gun is pulled by the end. This is the proper appearance. This is beauty. If I get your meaning, you want to see everything through the bitter end. Think of it however you want. Feel free to put my words through the test once you become the 4th chairman of the Kinseki. Right now, though, you should prepare to deal with Hoshiku. She's a tough one. But she is an Oni, and one who has already gone berserk once. Have you heard of an individual by the name of Chilon? All I know is that he lived a very long time ago, and had something to do with the Oni and the Templars. Setting aside those old warrior stories, it's this legend that Tessai talked about the most. I don't know if they are true, and they are often contradictory. For example, Tessai has told at least 3 different versions of how Chilon died. But my favorite version is cruel and beautiful. Before he reached Nirvana and entered Kasnana, Chilon heard the cries of the last Oni when they were forced to become people of Ashihara. By them, however, Chilon no longer had the strength to leave Ashura, nor yield a sword to save his people, or even keep his fiery blue wrath in check. The flames of rage took over Chilon's soul. He lost all reason, and in his mad rampage destroyed an entire army, even as he lay at the gates of death. But the kin who he was trying to protect were also destroyed by his sword. It is unknown whether Chilon died of exhaustion or took his own life, or whether he was so heartless that he attained Nirvana, fully at peace with himself, in spite of what he did. I am not sure why you're telling me the legend of Chilon right now. An Oni is at its frailest when it realizes its own powerlessness. I can't speak. As to whether what follows next is depression or madness, our foe has already demonstrated the answer once. Now, Get some rest. If a guest to beat. There he is, Moriuchi. The man himself. Looks fine. Mifune-san, I bid you good health. You're not hurt, are you? No, I haven't slept better in a long time. Yes. In your line of work, it's important to be of good humor, to smile, to be inquisitive. Call Hoshiguma. Tell her that I have something to discuss. See, Mifune-san, Hoshiguma helped me a lot, you know. Helped you discover the truth of the one Yudo. Yes. But not only that, right? What was going through your mind when you stood in front of your yatai at a loss? Think about all those years you wasted chasing the Kaiden, weren't you? Now you know it was all fabricated. You were fooled by and this Kaiden storyline. Why? Oh, why did you do it? None of your business. Just think of it as a stroke of bad luck. But life goes on, huff. So, if you're willing, there's something more concrete you can seize. You trying to bribe me? Bribe? No. Make the call, and you can keep up your little information broker gig going. Refuse? You know what the King Sekikai does to our enemies. Mifune-san, would you like a reminder of how you lost your right eye? I haven't forgotten. I barged in one of your negotiations while chasing a Kaiden. I took one eye because you saw what you shouldn't have seen. I let you keep the other because I value your talent, and as a warning to you. Now, it's time you showed some gratitude. Please, give me a few minutes to think. Mifune slowly draws his blade. Moriuchi's gaze is fixed upon the blade tip as it slowly moves to his own throat. He goes, unsure whether to open his mouth or close it. What's that sound? The office door is kicked open before Moriuchi can even react. Hoshiguma-san. Go. But he can't keep me, and I have questions for him. Moriuchi takes one long look at Hoshiguma and hastily leaves. You don't seem anxious that I took someone right under your nose. Why should I be anxious when something that I thought would take so much effort suddenly sorted itself out on its own? Why did you forge that letter to bring me back? It's complicated. I just told the story to somebody else, and I am not in the mood to tell it again. Oh, it's just a little quirky of his. He just brought her here for quirkiness and the shield. But the old man must know the simplest reason. However slow he might. Hanya. Hanya? You didn't even think of that? Some Yakuza. No wonder he made an enemy out of his own son. Him and his beloved Aoni of King Sekikai. Mio. I'm afraid your break's over. Stall her. Alright. You think your boys can beat Uncle Tessa if you saw me? Keep dreaming. Why do you think victory is just a question of combat? What are you planning then? You will see. Now, let's better be going. Hold it right there. I will be the one holding it, actually. Fire and humming. The scattered scenes continue to stand, unmoving. They have escorted Mifune-san away. I will be your opponent. Your blade. Draw it. No need for the blade if it's you. Is that so? With the unpleasant sound of metal against metal, a black ethereal hand appears from behind Mio, leisurely wrapping itself around a white temple. 3 hands, 3 blades. You're strong, but that doesn't mean you'll have what it takes to get away from me. Much less without drawing your blade. You think the sword's my only weapon? Before she finishes her sentence, Hoshiguma raises her right hand high and brings it down on the round table beside her with great force. The table flies into the air, blocking her opponent's view. With a powerful leap, Hoshiguma points her sheathed sword at her foe's head. 3 flashes greet her, cutting the table open like a hot knife through butter. The sheet encounters the black hand, delivering great force. Yeah! Impressive power. Why don't you draw your blade? None of your business. You're afraid. Afraid? Me? You're afraid that drawing your blade will cause something that you don't want to happen. Chilon's death. I see. What? But what do you fear will happen? Whether you draw your blade or not, it will be your inevitable end. Assuming Mifune-san's predictions are accurate. I don't really get it. Despicable. Me? No, not you. Me. Run. Flee. Moriuchi does not know how long he has been running. He can tell his own innards shaking and trembling. Did I shake them? You got out on your own? Who's there? Forgot me so soon. Kami-sama? Look at me like that. I'm not here to help you. I don't like the answer about the kaidan that I got at your yata. I kind of hate it. I get that. Let's plan on cutting ties with you and the kaidan entirely. Perhaps even leave Mitsuque and have a trip to the north. Someone asked me to do so. The Kannushi? He asked you to find me? Not him. Who else could it be then? Oh, Moriuchi, aren't you a lucky fellow? You don't mean... It asked me to bring you a single message. Meet me on your usual rooftop. Could it be? I have delivered the message. It's time to go. The kami turns around on its unicycle. No sooner has it got on than it sees Moriuchi is already a long way off. Is this how you repay him in his search for you for so many years? You know what? It's none of my business. This little shit. Moriuchi runs up the steps. He's running as hard as he can. A breeze blows in Moriuchi's face as he opens the door. Many a sunset has he watched lying on this roof, watching the sky turn from red to black until the stars appear before their light is overcome by the neon sea. The hour is early, and the sky should not look like this, but he pays little heed. Perhaps he considers it a sign of the coming of a kami. He could not describe his own emotions as he gazes at excitement, anxiety, fulfillment, emptiness, sadness. He lies there, waiting for a guest who may never come, until the warm breeze sends him into slumber. Father, I think there is something behind the Kamidama. Behave yourself, Toro. This is a sacred shrine. But it's really there. Come, Toru. It's our turn to pray. Please, Kami-sama, keep our family safe, and may we repay our debt soon. There. The debt should be settled. Have some money left over you. We're out of the woods. What are you doing here? Are you bored of the shrine? Kami-sama, arigato. Father's mood has gotten a lot better, and Mother has had time to take me out. Can I come and see you again? No, I will definitely come and see you again. Our shop just opened. It's really pretty. Do you want to come and see it? I'm sorry, Kami-sama. I've been busy helping out at home and haven't had the time to come see you. Please, don't be angry and let me see you. Kami-sama? Are you still there? Did you leave, or do you not want to see me anymore? I will treat it like you don't want to see me. But you are still listening to me, okay? Some things have happened at home. Father may have to go back to manual labor. Mother's been sewing clothes for other people. Her eyesight declining. But I'm sure none of that has anything to do with you. You gave so many blessings to our family. Surely you wouldn't take it all back. Surely. Kami-sama. Father is dead. Over drinking. The blow was too great for him. Where are you? Please, Kami-sama. Where are you? His haunted house. It's empty. Something's not right. It's connected to the nomadic city's superstructure. How am I supposed to search this place? This is far more than just one house or kajimachi. Whole plates might be connected. Don't get discouraged. As long as I find that bastard. What is this? Tetsuya stands dumbfounded, staring at dozens of crates that someone has stacked up here. He blinks a few times and opens one of them. It's weapons? Katana, crossbows, grenade launchers. Is that the Hoshi emblem? The major Northern Court clan? Is this where they hid their weapons? Takes down a weapon-filled crate and opens the one underneath it, finding Northern Court standard issue provisions and medical supplies. He fiercely takes the crate down one by one, opening all of them. All contain military supplies manufactured by the Northern Court. Every single. The Northern Court weapons that possessed aren't here, but they are... have gone too far, boy. Who are you? Oyabun wanted you to look for traces of Northern Court spies. It's enough that you found. I've made a lot of work opening this up, one by one. Did you just take my picture? This is big after all. Best keep some evidence to prevent disputes. Let's go. Where to? To see Mifune-san. Wait, you were stalking me? That's not important. What's important is that you're working for Mifune-san. And so am I. And take that mask on. Huh? We're meeting the Oyabun. It's a little disrespectful to have your mask on, isn't it? For some reason, Tetsuya feels a chill run up his spine. Perhaps from the cold wind blowing in from the tunnels. He has no choice but to comply. Oh man. And with that, it's the end of today's stream. Beep, beep, patchy, 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 patchy. Tomorrow the plan is to have another Arknights stream and continuing this story. I plan to do 4 parts, so that means I would go from 80 ST2 all the way to 87 before. And then on the day after, I can nicely finish the story from 87 after all the way to 80 ST2. We're slowly getting all the loose ends of the story being knotted. It's nice. Which means that the final confrontations approach. That's last segment about the crypts. That's most likely related to Refnet somehow, isn't it? Not entirely sure what his plan is. So guess I will have to discover it on the next stream. Ah, what a nice transition. Alright. 5, 4, 3. Oh, I should remember. Right, tomorrow, same hour, same day. No, not same day, same hour as I started today. And same, more or less the same direction. Okay, now I can end nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.